I understand that people want to, play the victim and be like, it's really hard to be white. It's super hard. It's super hard. People are racist towards us too. What does that mean? Okay, a person of color said they didn't like you because you were white. Okay, that's not racism. And as much as people want to say that racism isn't always systematic, it kind of is though. Especially in this country, because racism towards people of color has actually prevented them from moving forward. You know why? You know why you can't be racist towards white people? It's because we have generational wealth. People can hate me all day long for being white, And it can totally bother you if people don't like you because you're white. That's okay. But you can't say that it's racism because you've never been held back in your life because you are white. And from your photo, I can see that you're probably a woman. If you've ever been held back in your life in any way, it's because you're a woman, not because you are white. Okay? We have never been denied loans, denied housing, denied a job, denied basic human rights because of the color of our skin. And let's be fucking real. If there is a person of color in front of me being like, yo, I fucking hate you because you're white. They don't actually hate me because I'm white. They hate the history of this fucking country, and they hate the privilege that comes with the color of my skin and how I don't have to work as hard as they do. And I feel like that's fucking valid. And if you don't, I don't give a fuck.
I hate to burst the bubble of every white savior that gets a boner or gets wet from a black person saying derogatory things. But you can be black and be racist to white people. You don't need systemic power. You don't need political influence. You certainly don't need money. All you need are two things: a racist thought and the ability to say that racist thought. I don't know why people want to play with this delusion that black people need power in order to be racist. When a black person is saying things like this to white people, it's not saying it directly to that white person. They're saying it to all the history that has gone on to the oppressed black man who does nothing but tweet white insults from their $700 phone because they're oppressed, they're victims, they're never gonna be anything in life. We white people have all the money because there's no crackhead poor white person that exists. There's no white person on welfare. There's no white person with food stamps. There's no white person paying back loans. There's no white person paying taxes. All white people are rich. All white people have money. All white people need to do is exist and be white, and they're gonna be rich, which is exactly why I got the white privilege card, because if I'm gonna play this myth, I'm gonna play it to my own advantage. It is stupid. How many people think it's okay to look at a white person saying something racist and say, you deserve to be canceled, you deserve to lose your job, you deserve to lose money, but then a black person will say something similar or worse, and there are gonna be people jumping through hoops to defend that, saying, well, actually, this person is sticking up. Well, actually, this person is doing something right. Well, actually, you don't do this when white people say anything. You need to understand, racism is not just about systemic power. It's about a stupid person looking at another person with a different skin complexion and saying something absolutely stereotypical. Doesn't matter if it's a white to a black to a white, a black to an Asian to a Mexican. It is bad. And unless we all acknowledge that, we're going to have more stupid people with a fetish saying, well, we can't be racist because we don't have power. We're weak-minded. We're nothing but a bunch of bums who came on slave ships, and we're still here because we're too poor to go back to Africa. Oh, we can't exist in America because we constantly have to live in fear of some white bitch in a one-bedroom shack because she obviously don't have enough generational wealth to get a home. We have to understand that racism is only into the effect of a black person because, oh, the victimhood smells so sweet. I truly think it might be Stockholm Syndrome because there's no way to explain any group of people who just so happen to be white hating their own skin color, hating the people who share their skin color, saying all these people who have the same skin color are bad just to be propped up by a bunch of people with a different skin color that have openly stated they don't like you, they don't want to work with you, they don't want to be around you, they hate everything about you because of your skin color, and still ask you for help so that they can leave, and then once they leave, you're not invited to wherever they go.
So we all see what has happened with this Roe versus Wade situation. We already knew this was how it was going to go down. Dear white women, listen. You're only playing this if you value your life, is to shut the fuck up. Listen exclusively to black, brown, and indigenous women, femmes, and non-men. Throw every resource you have and use your privilege to back us in every way. You are a big reason why we are in this mess. From the day black, brown, and indigenous people made contact, were forced to interact with the colonizer, we have been fighting back. The freedoms we have now are because of our fight and struggle. And the reason why those freedoms are being taken away is because of you and yours. Like I said, your only play in this is to shut the entire fuck up and put everything bet on black, bet on brown, bet on indigenous. Put everything you got behind us. Move entirely out of the way and watch us fucking work. You owe us your life. Sings how you've put all of ours in danger. White accomplices, woke white people who are putting in the work to dismantle white supremacy. Listen. Do not be surprised when and if your black and indigenous friends pull away from you, even when you haven't done anything wrong. As a matter of fact, accept it and expect it. Every other day, a white ally or accomplice gets outed for their closeted and secret racism, and we are just tired. So there are going to be times and moments when we pull away from all white people because we don't need to be around any of you to save our sanity. And you just need to shut the fuck up and accept it. We're going to ghost you. We may or may not be back. Continue to do your work.
While we're on the topic of how white people are just fucking the world up for everyone, you're not one of the good white people. There are no good white people. There are only anti-racist white people and racist white people. Anti-racism is a lifelong project, and the end goal is not for you to be good. It's for society to be good. Decenter yourself. Do the work. It's hard. You're going to get it wrong. But if you are not out there every day actively trying to understand, you're not a good white person. Stop patting yourself on the back. Stop congratulating each other. Stop separating us from the bad white people. Don't sit out there in comments and say, we don't claim them. We are them. We are them. We are the ones shooting up schools. We are the ones raping people. We are the ones enslaving people. We are. We're them.
So I live in Buffalo. This is a 33. This is my car that's been buried in all of this snow since last week. And this is outside my granny's house. A tree that's been there since my aunt was a child. Safe to say that it's a out there, right? Here go y'all cum goblins who don't even live in the city. Which, by the way, the Q-tip people are the last ones to ever talk about somebody stealing anything. Y'all wouldn't be in this country had it not been for y'all stealing it. So y'all are more focused on people looting and trying to get necessities and things that they need. And yes, a TV is a necessity thing. Than the people who are literally freezing to death in their own home, freezing to death outside because this city did not shut down the way it should have. Byron Brown want to get on here and talk about, we told y'all, we knew this was gonna happen, but why didn't you close businesses when you should have? Why you got everybody rushing home at noon when the storm is starting, and now people are literally dying in their cars because they can't see? And yeah, it was that bad. I went out like at 8 o'clock in the morning before it started, and by the time I got out of Wegmans, right, it was like maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it was bad. And that was just the beginning of the storm. So if you don't live in Buffalo, even if you do live in Buffalo, you feel like you're better than because people are out here stealing, and you would never. First of all, if you are a mayo monster, That is how your ancestors got everything, from stealing. People are out here trying to get toilet paper. People are out here trying to get, just small little food from Family fucking Dollar, and y'all gotta fuck capitalism. Steal everything that you need, babe. Because at the end of the day, this city continuously fails us whenever we have any type of emergency. Byron, do better, bitch.
Yeah, people have no clue how it was, but I disagree with you. Grown people knew they shouldn't have been out, and nobody is better, but people are looting.
This is such a privileged take because I don't think a lot of y'all understand. Like me personally, I work from home. I can afford to miss 6 months of work because I have savings, because I was afforded that because of my privilege. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck right now, especially because of inflation, how high grocery is. A lot of people couldn't even afford to prepare for this storm. And y'all are sitting here saying, oh, it's their fault they're dying. No, it's this city's fault for not helping people figure out. Like, one lady died in her car and she was literally a block from the fire department. Somebody else died in their home. People can loot as much as they want. And let me just ask y'all a psychological question right here, because I really want y'all to think. Do not respond until you actually think, if you can. Why are y'all so mad that people are stealing from billion-dollar businesses? Why are you mad that we, the small people, the poor people, we are very poor compared to these big businesses? Why are y'all mad that they maybe are going to lose $1,000 tonight? Maybe $10,000. They make more than that in a day. Capitalism is a disease.
It's the most brain dead thing I've ever seen, and I just have to chalk it up to that. Stockholm syndrome. Because if you do all those things expecting anything to change in the world, you're fooling yourself. If I were white and a bunch of black people called me racist, they made fun of me because of my skin color, they said I'm all these things that I'm not, knowing full well that I'm not any of these things, and then those same black people get on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook and say, white allies, help me, I'm trying to fight because I've been discriminated against. Why on earth would I help you? You are not somebody worthy of helping. You're somebody worthy to be laughed at because you spent all that time being a bully. Now you're asking people you've bullied for help. It's not going to pan out the way you think. And this game of constantly talking down on races, constantly talking down on skin colors, constantly thinking that you're better than another person, constantly gaslighting yourself into thinking that, yes, you can say a derogatory term like this dumb woman and then cry the exact same time when you get the same response back is absolutely stupid. And people live in that delusion because they think they're untouchable. They think that they can buy into this weird game of, oh, you must have some influence, you must have some power in order to discriminate upon other people. It's absolutely stupid. Like I said at the beginning, all you need is two things: a racist thought and the ability to say that racist thought. And if you can't understand that, if you're like this dumb white woman and you think, oh, well, it's perfectly fine for me to be talked down upon because I'm white and I have all these things, congratulations on being in the most abusive parasocial relationship you could possibly have. Because imagine being talked down by thousands of black people on social media and being in your mind thinking, this is empowering to me. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.